you keep on doing your routine like that, you'll never make it to the Olympics.
I wonder if the ancient Greek Olympians had to work this hard.
Actually, you would not have been allowed to compete in the Olympics back then.
Really?
Yes, now get back to work. Let me see the rest of your floor routine.
Where am I?
You're in Olympia, Greece, home of the ancient Olympics.
Hey, look! What is that huge statue over there?
That's a statue of me.
Why are you so important?
The reason the Olympics started was to honor the king of all gods, Zeus. Me.
Wow! Anyway, can we go see the women's gymnastics?
About that, women were not allowed to compete in the ancient Olympics. They had their own festival called Heria, in honor of the goddess Hera, my wife.
Wait, what? Really? Why not?
The women were not allowed to compete with the men because the men competed naked.
Are there any other reasons?
Well, women weren't allowed to compete because a victory by a woman would not be an honor, unlike the men when they win. Also, being beaten by a woman would have been a disgrace.
They don't respect girl power. I'm sure glad that the women are allowed to compete in the games today. It would stink to just have to sit and watch the men compete.
Actually, we weren't allowed to watch the games. They made these rules because it was unacceptable to view naked bodies of non-relatives.
Oh, well, is there anything we can see?
Sure, do you want to see the Olympic torch?
They had an Olympic torch in the ancient Olympics? I thought they only had one in the modern games.
No, there was an Olympic torch in the ancient Olympics. Follow me, we can go see.
Where are we?
We're in the sanctuary of Olympia.
Cool.
See the altar over there?
Is that the original Olympic torch?
It sure is. Go take a look.
I've always dreamed of walking with the Olympic torch in my hand, making my country proud, and competing with the best athletes from all over the world. Can I hold the Olympic torch?
No.
Pretty please?
No.
Pretty please with the cherry on top.
No.
Is Olympia the departure point during the torch relay because it emphasizes the link between the modern and ancient games and shows a connection between these two events?
Exactly.
I never knew that the ancient Olympics in Greece influenced the modern Olympics in so many different ways.
It looks like that athlete just won the steed.
How do you know he won the race?
Because he's getting a wreath of olive leaves.
How come the ancient Olympians got a wreath of olive leaves, but the modern Olympians get an Olympic medal?
Because olive leaves were thought to be planted by Hercules.
Interesting. Since I'm not allowed to watch the ancient Olympics, can we at least see something else?
We could see a show. Wait, only men could watch plays. Sorry.
Come on, is there any way we can see the show?
Well, there is one way.
I can't believe you dressed me up as a boy.
This reminds me of contemporary theater.
That's because ancient Greece invented the structure of the theater that you use in the modern society.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Greece thought of the semicircle seating around the stage, which is the contemporary theater uses. Ancient Greece also made the rows and curving tiers so people on the top would be able to see the performance.
I always thought it was creative how they used the curving tiers in the rows. Zeus, I just have one question. What play are we seeing?
The Orstia. It's about a cursed family.
Interesting. Shh, the show's starting. Hey, you know how that actor's getting lifted in the air with that crane? It reminds me of how nowadays they use wires to lift actors into the air in modern day productions.
That is because ancient Greece thought of that idea, and their society found more advanced technology to make the actor flying look more realistic. Now please, be quiet. I'm trying to watch a show.
That show was really exciting. I really liked how there was only 3 actors on the stage at the time, how the actors only used hand motions, and how the chorus was singing, they were dancing, and they were acting at the same time. I still have one more question though.
Yes?
Why did the performers wear masks?
They wore masks to express themselves. The shape of the mask also amplified the actor's voice.
So it's like a microphone that allows the actors to express himself at the same time?
You got it!
I'm so glad that I got to take that costume off. Hey, look! Is that the king and queen of ancient Greece over there?
No. Ancient Greece does not have a king or queen. We're a democracy.
My society has a democracy too.
That's because the Greeks invented the idea of democracy. The Greek democracy based their government on rule by the people and through elected officials. America's early leaders modeled America's modern democracy on the ancient Greece democracy.
Interesting.
Ancient democracy was a direct system, rather than representative democracy, meaning that every adult male citizen had the right to participate in deliberations and voting in the lawmaking assembly and other governing institutes. What this means is that all the citizens voted on all the laws. Rather than vote for representatives, like you do, each citizen was expected to vote for every law. In order to vote, you had to be a citizen. However, not everyone was a citizen. Only men who had completed their military training were counted as citizens.
Again, only men could vote.
Anyway, there were three main bodies of government. Ecclesia, which is the assembly, Bau, which is a council of 500, and Dicasteria, which is the courts. The assembly included citizens who showed up to vote. Everyone who was a citizen could participate as part of the assembly. The assembly would decide on new laws and important decisions like whether or not to go to war.
The Greek assembly is similar to the America's House of Representatives, in which they both have meetings to make decisions about laws and the people.
Now the courts handled lawsuits and trials.
So the courts were similar to the judicial branch.
Correct. And the Council of 500 was a group of 500 men. Positions on the council were chosen by lot and not by election. This was because a random lottery was more democratic than an election, pure chance, after all, not be influenced by things like money or popularity. Unlike the assembly, the council met every day and did most of the hands-on work of governance. It supervised government workers and it dealt with ambassadors and representatives from other city-states. Its main function was to decide what matters most would come out before the assembly.
The council is like the executive branch. It is really cool that our branches of government came from ancient Greece.
Ancient Greece has influenced your society's government, Olympics, and theater in many different ways.
You've been lying on the floor for almost an hour. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. Now let's get back to work. Let me see your floor routine. Good job. Now you're looking more like an Olympic athlete.